Hey guys, King of Charmander here. Today I'll be your judge, jury, and your analyst. And for those of you whose power level is over 9,000, actually over 50 to be exact, or 51 if you have it at Best Buddy, lo and behold, I bring to you the master, the master, you could tell I'm in a lot of pain. The Unlimited CP Open Master League. In this league, anything goes. It's like Fight Club. You don't talk about Fight Club because not a lot of people go to Fight Club. And they don't fight in Fight Club because it's really expensive to fight in this type of Fight Club. For those of you that know that movie, it's a really great movie. Chris Pratt's in it. Not Chris Pratt, I mean Brad Pitt. So, it's a great movie. You should totally watch it. Anyways, as you see here, in Fight Club, you don't talk about Fight Club. But today I'm going to talk about it with you, and that's the Unlimited CP Master League. Like I said, in this league, you have, for those of you that are rich, obscenely rich, over level 40, and have all the XL candy in the world, and have probably spent hundreds and thousands of, well, not hundreds of thousands of dollars, but thousands of dollars on raids, like I have spent a substantial amount of my money for entertainment on Pokemon Go. A lot healthier than alcohol. But anyways, other than that, as you see here, if you would like to, please consider contributing to pbook.com. Again, this is the level 50 rankings as in Unlimited Master League. So everything is level 50. Everything you can power up to level 50 or level 51 if you have it Best Buddied. I'm going to go through this relatively quickly because level 50 is a nightmare and most of you aren't going to play this cup anyways. But if for some odd reason down the future, because this could totally happen, they take away Master League Classic and they just make it level 50 in the future for some odd reason, this is still a good to know at what happened or what the meta would look like if no holds barred, level 50s were allowed, etc. Anyways, let's get started. Alright, so the good thing about Unlimited level 50 is that because some Pokemon were buffed or the introduction of them, like Ho-Oh, some things, Dialga's no longer the king of destruction. Level 50 Dialga used to be your worst freaking nightmare, not only in level 40 Master League Classic, but also level 50. As you see here, overall, Melmetal XL is a very accessible, now not really that accessible, but you can have a Meltan box, pop it, and within like 2 or 3 Meltan boxes, thanks to the new XL candy buff, you can have a Melmetal XL depending on your level, etc. Melmetal XL is extremely powerful for good reason. It's able to beat Dialga because of superpower. It takes out Ho because of Rock Slide. You beat Togekiss's, Gyarados', Dragonite's, Lugia's, basically anything that's plausibly able to be level 50 now. Melmetal can beat it, or have a chance to get it in some way, shape, or form. With the exception of, as you see here, Giratina Origins, level 50, Yveltal, Mewtwo, Kyogre, Metagross. Things like Metagross or Garchomp, etc. can actually be accessible for this cup because they've had community days. So Melmetal is, however, still number 1 overall. I agree with its placement because not only is it easy to get, but it has a ton of coverage against a lot of different combinations. Plus, if you are able to rack up a bunch of energy, you can or have expert energy management plus shield advantage or any combination of both. Superpower and Rock Slide is a really great combination. Lugia also is here, but you're not likely to have a Lugia. Thanks to the Dragtail buff, Lugia did rise in Unlimited level 50 Master League. As you see here, being able to beat out Mewtwo, Dragonite, Gyarados, Groudon, Garchomp. Lugia XL is extremely tanky at level 50. However, just because it's a super tank, that doesn't mean it won't lose to things like Dialga, Giratina Origins, Togekiss, Yveltal, or Metagross, just because basically whatever resists Dragon Tail or does super effective damage against Lugia. Now, the reason Dialga beats you in this scenario overall is just because it outpaces you. And the good thing about, well, if you have a level 50 Dialga, you are insane, and that's a lot of walking or a lot of effort. For those of you that don't know, during GoFest, there will be a raid day so you can possibly get Dialgas for like an hour span or whatever. Anyways, Dialga's up in here, so is Yveltal, Zekrom. Mewtwo's another accessible one overall. Mewtwo is a powerful pick just because we did have Mewtwo be released for its shiny was released, etc. for Kanto event, so you had the opportunity to catch Mewtwo or battle Mewtwo to get a Mewtwo XL. Mamoswine's another thing that comes in mind. For Mamoswine did just have, we did just have a Swinub Spotlight Hour. So with the Swinub Spotlight Hour, plus the fact that Mamoswine does spawn in like sunny weather or like in icy weather, Mamoswine are like, actually, I've been in the snow before. You see a lot of freaking Swinubs in the snow. So Mamoswine is a possible pick for the level 50 cup if you have one built. Other than that, everything else is, well, level 50 is expensive in general, but I see there's a very congested pool of what's possibility. What's possibility in this meta? I basically targeted the fact that Giratina O is one of the most powerful leads. So what I did was I used America's Muscle, the bird, Pidgeot, and of course the other bird, the Brave Bird, which is Bravery, and I was memeing the unholy hell out of level 50 Master League. I was using a level 40, either a level 50 Pidgeot, a level 40 Bravery, and a level 50 Gyarados, as well as a level 50 Machamp. The good thing is Gyarados and Machamp did have communities, so those Pokemon you probably have at level 50. So you can make non-legendary XL level 50s work, but if you have the resources like Pokemon Home, you can easily access a level 50 Melmetal if you're over 40 and you have a lot of resources. Alright, here we have the leads for Unlimited Level 50 Master League. As you see, Ho-Oh is the #1 lead. Ho-Oh is pretty much the reason why Melmetal fell down such a bracket, just because Ho-Oh at level 50 with Incinerate is able to bust Melmetal shields and create a lot of opportunities for you to just destroy a whole ton of the meta. Plus, with Earthquake, of course, you're able to take out things like Dialga, you're also able to take out Mewtwo, etc. You resist Charmers, which is the sheer reason why you beat Togekiss so hard. You can also beat Gyarados in the one shield just because of Brave Bird. Now, of course, Ho-Oh is prone to dying against the Dragon-type archetype, as you see here, just because it's basically it resists Incinerate. That's literally the only reason. Or like things like Lugia or Kyogre, in which they're flying types, so they do resist, or they either resist Earthquake or you're weak to water, just because Ho is a fire type. Other than that, if you want a viable lead, I would say Melmetal XL is probably the most viable lead. As you see here, it does really well in the lead because you're able to break shields or gain energy management, etc. And like basically just run down through a whole different amount of combinations. Mamoswine's also a top lead, so if you have a level 50 Mamoswine, that can do for you as well. And the rest of the list here is basically a whole bunch of legendaries. Shadow Mewtwo. Wouldn't recommend level 50. If you have a Shadow Hundo, I am mad jelly. And that is one hell of a beast that you have there. And as you see your Dialga, Palkia, etc. But as you see, there's things like Mamoswine. Melmetal is another great league that you could use. Lugia, if you have Lugia, if you have a Lugia XL, then it's possible. Also, Mewtwo XL doesn't do bad in the lead either, just because of your ability to break shields. Togekiss XL's out there for those of you that spent a lot of money on Togetix, Lugia XL, etc. So as you see, just a bunch of XLs in the lead. Well, this is XL. I mean, like, legendaries in the lead. Mainly Melmetal. You can also, like, as you see here, Ho-Oh, you got Togekiss. Mewtwo is a good one. Excadrill is kind of an underrated pick, in my opinion. Excadrill's ability to beat Dialga. Togekiss, basically, it can beat the Dragon archetype. It also beats its own Steel cousins. You just have to watch out for Mewtwo, Groudon, basically ground types. Giratina Origins, things that do an obscene amount of damage. And Mewtwo, just because Mewtwo's Side Strike hits like a truck if you get hit with it. But as far as your lead options goes, again, you have Melmetal, you have Mewtwo, that's a very plausible one. Excadrill is also a great league, so is Mamoswine, as you see staying number 7. So, Mamoswine, again, they just had a Spotlight Hour. With Mamoswine, you can easily break shields, or you can bulldoze through shields and take out those Steel-type Pokemon. It's really up to you. Alright, next up we have save switches. Again, I don't know which one of you have a Shadow Mewtwo Hundo. I mean, if you do, that's impressive, and I'm mad jealous, as I always say. But there are several options for save switches. Again, if you spent hundreds of dollars, or not really hundreds, like close to 100, for Mewtwo XL, as you see, a level 50 Mewtwo, like in Master League Classic, is very good with Side Strike and Focus Blast. With Focus Blast, you cover Steel types. Side Strike does so much damage that even if it were resisted, it will hit like a truck. It will hit you harder than a cement truck. Well, more like a psychic truck, but I don't know. Anyways, it's gonna hit really hard, okay? As you see here, Big Bacon, which is Mamoswine. Big Bacon is also a very powerful save switch because of its ability to just rack up, break shields. Most of the time, your opponent will be pressured to shield against a Mamoswine just because If an avalanche hits, it hurts a lot. A lot. Especially if it's super effective, like against Dragonite or against Togekiss. Dialga will take heavy damage from a Bulldoze if unshielded. Just keep that in mind. However, Mamoswine does succumb to its weaknesses, as you see here, but its main job, like I mentioned before, is to break shields, or you can Bulldoze, you can literally nuke through shields, and hopefully just take back switch. But Mamoswine as a shield breaker is just so valuable. That's why a level 50 Mamoswine does stand at number 3. Probably Mamoswine and Mewtwo, if you've been playing for a little bit, these are your 2 top safe switch picks for this cup. Gyarados XL is also fantastic safe switch. This is why I use Gyarados XL. Magikarp did have a community day. Magikarp's been a long time staple of Pokemon Go since Generation 1. So if you do have a whole bunch of Magikarp XL candy, Magikarp candy, you probably funneled it over to XL. And if you do have it, it's an incredibly powerful safe switch. Just because it's able to take out the Dragon archetype because of Dragon Breath. With Dragon Tail, you have a great combination in Aqua Tail and Crunch gives you a great combination. With Aqua Tail, you could take out Yveltal, and then with Crunch, you could cover the Psychic type meta, which is why you do so well against Mewtwo. And you could do well against things like Metagross, etc. if you are able to hit a Crunch on them. So, again, Gyarados is a very powerful safe switch as well as another option. Other than that, everything else is either obscenely expensive or just not worth building for level 50. Especially with like a little... You could try Snorlax XL, but honestly, with the availability of Mamoswine, and if you do have it, like I mentioned before, Gyarados, which is probably a likely XL you have, they're fantastic safe switch options for this cup. Other than that, if you were to assume that everybody had everything, Lugia and Shadow Mewtwo would be beast. Giratina Altered at level 50 would also be extremely powerful. For the reason that Giratina Altered is a super tank. Bulk is king, and that still holds true for Unlimited Master League. If you play more defense than offense, if defense is your best weapon, the best offense is a good defense, or if your power level is over 9,000 and you like having really, really big biceps, or you're really obscenely thick like Brawly. Brawly is a very swole Super Saiyan, a legendary Super Saiyan in fact. It's Super Saiyan freaking God. That's how powerful Broly is. Giratina Altered would be Broly. Alright, last but not least, we have the closers. The closers is where you would, if you had no shields and you had basically no defense, and things were just hitting you at 5,000 miles per hour, if you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a charge move. Not really, this is Pokemon Go, so you cannot dodge a charge move if you have no shields. But as you see here, if your opponent magically lags and you get undercharged, then possibly you can come out W. But anyways, as far as closers go, as you see, closers are obscenely expensive. Shadow Ho-Oh XL is actually the #1 closer. That is really expensive. By the way, you have to use an Elite TM because Shadow Pokemon aren't allowed, and because Ho-Oh Shadow, there hasn't been really a Team Rocket event to take off that frustration. So you must take out your frustration on the fact that Ho-Oh Shadow is the most powerful one. And if you have a Shadow Hundo Ho-Oh at level 50, it's actually the most powerful closer for Master League. Just because Brave Bird and Earthquake do have a wide range of coverage and can pretty much nuke the entire meta, one or the other, if you're able to have chip damage, or it'll just straight up just destroy them. As you see here, things like Zephron, Mamoswine is also a powerful closer as well. Mewtwo is another powerful pick. This is why Mewtwo and Melmetal, as you see, Melmetal and Mewtwo are ranked amongst the top 10 as far as closers for level 50, so it's not a bad idea to have those two. Especially since they're generally accessible compared to everything else here. Unless it's Mewtwo and you didn't raid that hard, which is okay. But as you see, Metagross XL, Groudon XL, there's a lot of things in this cup. But basically, Melmetal and Mewtwo are staples inside of a team, especially if those are the only 2 level 50s you have, and then you're popping a third. It really depends on how you played out. But as you see here, things that hit hard, of course, is going to be Wall Charge users, Ho-Oh because of its nuking ability, and just basically everything else is just either legendary or they never really had a community day, etc. So it's unlikely you have a level 50 for them already. Other than that, here's the list right here. So if you do have a level 50 like Dialga, level 50 Metagross, there is some play for those level 50s here in Open Master League Unlimited. And that's GG's. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, I didn't really go too much in depth into level 50 Masters because I highlighted some key mons that have had a lot of community days or have been out for a while. So you likely, if you've been playing for a while, or if you are watching this video just because you are interested in open level 50 to just see how the meta would be like, then you kind of learn the general like synopsis of what level 50 would be like, or yeah, just bleh. I'm twisting my words a lot. Anyways, you have a glimpse of what it looks like. I have dabbled in level 50 Unlimited Master League just because I mean the unholy hell out of there. But I can tell you there are a lot of trainers out there that do have level 50 Mewtwo's, that do have level 50 Giratinas, level 50 Togekizzes even, and are running around in open level 50. It's actually a pretty easy meta to kind of disseminate just because there's a lot of options here where if you have a level 50, it's really viable. Good examples are XL Gyarados and XL Machamp. Those are two really great level 50 options. Another great option, like I mentioned before, for legendaries are a level 50 Melmetal XL. Just because Meltan boxes do allow you within 2 or 3 Meltan boxes to have enough XL candy to actually get a level 50 Melmetal if you do have the candy with it as well. So this is the rich man / rich ladies cup / rich... For those of us that have been playing and have millions of Stardust lined up within our pockets, or rather our Stardust banks. You know, I always wondered what a Stardust bank looks like. Like, you know what I mean? You have 15.5 million Stardust. How do you count it? Is it like per spec, or is there like a giant vial or something like that that collects our Stardust? Anyways, this is level 50 Master League. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it learned a little bit. Level 50 Master League is very condensed, so it's very easy to read this meta. And if you've played it like me and you're able to read it pretty quickly, you can actually get a lot of W's and go 4-1, like 4-1, or like go positive consistently. If you're not memeing, if you're going at full power, for sure you can, like, I know you can do really well. But again, it has such a condensed meta that, again, once you get used to the patterns, usually with like level 50, even non-legendaries, you could do really well. So... Again, if you are considering it, many of you that are watching this video will not consider this. You are either going to play the Duck Cup, the Bidoof Cup, or you are going to play Master League Classic, which is perfectly fine. But for those of you that are playing level 50 or have played level 50 before, it is a very, like, the experience is very rough, but if you catch on to it, you'll notice, wow, this isn't as hard as I thought. The only hard thing is participating in it because of the extremely high barrier to entry level 50 Unlimited Master League presents. Again, thank you guys for 2K subs. I really do appreciate it. Now onward to 3K before the end of the year. That's my new goal. But for those of you who have subscribed, thank you for the 2K again. I really do appreciate every single one of you. Hopefully you learned something from this video like I always do. I always hope that you learned something from my Pokemon Go PvP videos against every league. I am one of the handful that have done something different or innovated something in a league. So I hopefully, with my mastermind brain, you become a mastermind as well. But with that being said, you can also be a mastermind if you subscribe to my channel, and it's totally free. So, by the time I'm done saying the sound of my voice, all you have to do is put your mouse at the bottom right to that box that says subscribe, and you can easily subscribe from the tab that pops up. Again, I really do appreciate those of you that have subscribed, and if you haven't already, again, subscribing is totally free, and it takes like 5 seconds to do. Really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for giving me 2K subs. Looking forward, I will work just as hard, if not harder, to make sure you guys have the earliest and greatest data, or most accurate data as possible. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But usually through trial and error, being wrong is good. So, again, thank you so much for the subscriptions. Thank you so much for 2K subs again. Good luck on your Go Battle exits, and I will see you guys on the next video.